Okay, in this video I'm going to go through the Buld revision sheet for algebra. I'll explain some of them and then just write the answers for some others so we can have a few working out. Alright, so in this first one it says state the coefficient of x and the constant term So the coefficient, just to recap, the coefficient is the number in front of the letter. So we'll write that down. Okay, and the constant term is the number by itself. Okay, so I'm just going to highlight in purple the coefficient of x. So it's just the x. So for this one, it's 3. In this one, it's -9. So they're asking for the coefficient of x, not x squared or x cubed. And the coefficient of the last one is -2. If I flick over to green to show you where the constant term is, the constant term is -7, +2, and +7 for those ones. Okay, in this next question too, it's asked to substitute m is 7, h is -2 into the following. So you simply just put, every time you see m, instead you'll put a 7, and every time you see h, you'll put a -2. So if I do 4 times 7, that's 28, and then plus a -2, so that'll be -2, so that one ends up being 26. With this next one, it would be 7 plus 3 times, now h is -2, so I'm going to square it, and minus m, which is 7. So let's just work out our brackets first. So plus 3. Now -2 squared is going to be 4, because a -2 by a -2 gives a +4. Okay, and then minus 7. And if we keep tidying up that, we've got 7 plus 3 times 4 is 12, minus 7, so we end up with an answer of 12. Okay, with this one, expand and simplify. I'm only going to do a couple, so I'll try with the 3a. So over here I've got 3x plus 4. You can only expand if there's brackets. There's no brackets, and there's also no like terms. So what this one has to be is you write the same thing again. So you need to be confident that when you expand that and simplify, it's the same thing. And that would be the same with this next one as well. And also this one here. Okay, so I will do this one because it's a little bit different. So if we've got 3x minus 4, they want us to expand. So when we expand, we multiply everything inside the brackets. So 3 times x is 3x, and 3 times -4 is -12. And there we go. Okay, I might do this one here with you. So this one has like terms. So to simplify it, I'm going to add the like terms, which is 3x and 2x. So I have 5x plus 5. Okay, I'll do this one with you. I'm just going to bring it out here. So I am not doing anything with the 4x, but the 2 is outside the bracket, so it will multiply with the two things inside. So 2 times x is 2x, and 2 times -5 is 10. Now we can simplify because these are like terms. So if I add them together, I have 6x minus 10, and there's my answer. Okay, gonna do this last one for us because it's got a little bit more involved. All you need to do is make sure you expand brackets first. So we'll expand both sets of brackets, and then we'll group like terms. So 6 times 5x is 30x, and then 6 times 7 is 42. Then I have minus 2 times x is minus 2x, and minus 2 times a minus 4 becomes a plus 8. So just remember that a minus times a minus equals a positive. Alright, now I'm going to group like terms if I can, which I can. There's a 30x and a 2x there, and the numbers are like terms as well. So if I go to tidy up my answer, 30x minus 2x is 28x, and 42 plus 8 gives 50. So there's the final answer. Okay, with the other one, this one here, simplifying, you just have to group like terms. So I'm going to do this one here. Now, these are like terms because they've both got, A and C. So they're both AC. It's just like saying both were A. These ones are both AC. So we can add them together. And if we add them together, we've got 4 of them plus 5 of them. So it means we have 9 AC. Okay, with the next ones, you just got to make sure you're grouping like terms. So the Y's are like terms and the W's are like terms, and group them together and we'll get our answers. Okay, just with this one, be careful when you're simplifying, when you're multiplying, that a negative by a positive is a negative and a negative by a negative. So with this one, we have negative 2c by 5c. So I'm going to do that first, these two first. So that would be negative 10, and a c times a c actually gives a c squared. So only when you're timesing it does it become the c to the power of 2. And then I've got times 3g, and then I might do that. So negative 10 times 3 is negative 30, because when you're timesing, you times it all together, and we might put the c squared and the g there. Just be careful with this one. This negative and this negative will end up making it a positive. So we have positive 12 by times 3h. So then I have 36 byh. Be careful, these timesing are looking like x, so I apologize for that. Okay, in this next question, it says using the shapes to the right, sorry, they've gone to the left now. It says write an expression for the area of the shapes below. So I'm going to call it these two shapes. So really what I have is shape A, and I think it's put a 3 there and a 2x plus 9. And they want me to find an expression for the area. Now remember, area of a rectangle is length times width. So I might call this the length and this the width. So I have 2x plus 9, and I actually might change this around. Doesn't matter which one you call which. I'll call this the length and this the width. So we can put the 3 at the front. So 3 times 2x plus 9. Okay, now it says just write an expression, so I don't really need the equal sign, and I might expand it out to write the expression. So I'd do 3 times 2x, which would be 6x, plus 3 times 9, which is 27. Okay, so this part is an expression for the area. We would rub out that equal sign. Okay, now it asks in part B if x equals 2, what is the area? So you just sub 2 into your formula there. So 6 times 2 is 12 plus 27, so we get 39 centimeters squared, because they did tell me over here it was centimeters, is the area. Okay, that was for that shape there. I'll go do the other shape that I can see here and do the following. Okay, with these ones, I will do it on the next page, so because we don't have room here. So I might just go and do this one down here first. So Naomi is T years old. Write an expression for her age in 2 years' time. So if she's T, in 2 years' time should be T plus 2. Write an expression for Steve's age if he is G years older than Naomi. So Steve must equal Naomi, who is T, plus G, years older than Naomi. How old was Naomi 5 years ago? So Naomi would have been whatever she is now minus 5. So T minus 5. And Naomi's father is twice her age. How old is he? So the father equals 2 times Naomi, which is T. Okay, with this question, they're asking us to factorize. So if we remember back to our factorization lesson, we have to find the highest common factor first between the two of them, and then we take that outside the bracket. So let's look at this first one. If I think the highest common factor, this one could be 3 times x, and this one could be 3 times 4. So 3 is the highest common factor, so I take 3 out, and then I put what's left over in the brackets. So it'd be x plus 4. Okay? If I'm going to do this one with you over here, just going to rewrite it again. So 48 minus 12q. So if I think of the highest common factor, this could be written as 12 times 4. And this one could be written as 12 times q. So the highest common factor is actually 12. So I take the 12 outside the bracket and I'm left with 4 minus q. Okay, so there's that one. Okay, so I'm going to do E over here. So I'm looking for factors. So this one could be 3 times P. And this one could be 3 times 9 times P times Q. So there's me writing out those terms in factors. So if I look, what is common is actually 3 and P, because there's a 3 and a P there. So I will take that outside the bracket, 3P. Now, we took 1 out of here, so we have to remember to leave a 1 there, because otherwise if I multiplied it out back, it will be gone. So I leave a 1 there. Now I've taken the 3 and the P out, and I'm left with 9 and Q. So if I wanted to check that this was right, I can multiply these, and hopefully I get back to the question. So I would have 3P times 1, which is 3P, plus 27PQ, because 3 times 9 is 27. So that's good. We end up back. So this is our answer to factorizing. All right, let's go have a look over here. Now, even if we have 3 terms, we're just looking for something, the highest common factor in all 3 of them. So if we have a look, the only thing that is common to them is actually C. So that is the only factor that you're going to take outside the brackets, and then I leave everything else inside the bracket. And there we go, that one's factorized.